see Lucy wants in on this action. Good morning, friends. C.R. Parsons here, the laziest of gardeners, and I will tell you, it's been an interesting week. Yesterday we had a little bit of weather. As you can see, we had some rain come through. That was not surprising. Spring storms are a common thing around Oklahoma, but the amount of hail we got yesterday was a little bit scary, just a little bit scary. And I think we may have had some casualties from it in the garden. Of course, in the garden, not in life. I don't think it was that big. As you can see, the noise has picked up yet again, so people are getting out and about even during this coronavirus. So I don't know if that's going to continue or how that's going to work, but apparently some things around here are opening up at the end of this week. I'm not sure how I feel about that right now, but let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the garden. Let's start with our radishes. I know we had some hail that ended up in the radishes, and I know we've got one radish down here who is just about to come out and is now buried, and I don't know if it's going to survive or not, but we do have, here are our radishes, and they look wonderful. They have come up amazingly well. They're growing just like they are supposed to. They're supposed to grow, I was supposed to sow them 2 per inch, 2 per inch, and then I'm supposed to weed out one of them as they start growing. So after I can tell which one's the healthy one. So that's our radishes. Then over here we have our spinach, and I know we had a couple of casualties in the spinach. It's so sad. You can see the spinach is doing well. Like I said, we've got little leaves coming up that look more like spinach than those initial leaves. But as you can see, right in here we have one down that's got some serious damage from the hail. We've got a couple of others. The onions seem to have fared fairly well. They don't seem any worse for wear. The lettuce doesn't look bad either, all things considered. It is still growing nicely, as is the kale, although the kale is not moving quickly. It popped up quickly, but then it kind of stalled, and I'm wondering when we're going to start seeing the kind of leaves that you expect to see on a good kale. Now, again, the exciting thing over here is our potatoes. The potatoes are doing quite nicely. We've got a second potato plant popping up there. They're growing quite nicely. But as you can see, we've got a lot of leaves on the ground. I think this tree being slightly over my garden may have been what saved it from a lot of this damage. Now, the really sad part is we planted some seedlings, the little seedlings that I had shown you before in the little box. We planted some of those day before yesterday when we did not know how bad this was going to be. So we've got some pepper plants. We've got some other type of pepper plants. One of those is jalapenos and one of those is Thai chilies. I'm not sure which is which. We've got some either sage or basil, and the other sage or basil. I can't remember those either, and I'll have to figure it out when the leaves are a little bit bigger. But as you can see, I think we have a casualty here as well. So like I said, I think it's been a little bit of a rough week this week for the garden, but it's still growing. Things are still happening. We're getting closer and closer to being able to harvest something and actually eat it out of the garden. Hey, thanks for following this blog. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I point like I know what I'm doing. I have no clue where those boxes will be, but like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. Tell your friends, share it along, all that good stuff. I hope to be getting back to doing comedy before too long, and I can quit doing gardening vlogs with you guys, and I can just make you laugh instead of doing something halfway serious. Thank you guys for joining me. See you next time.